I wish I had better lighting and shit so you could fully see the magnitude. But I'm literally not even gonna wear these. I'm not. I was contemplating on doing it. I'm not. I'm gonna buy another pair. I'll wear those. But these are so sick as fuck. People were talking all kinds of shit, and thank y'all for talking shit after the fact that I had bought them. Talking, oh, these look like just like these dongs, dog. They just got the WU-TANG that, and it's just like, fuck you. You couldn't have said that like 2 weeks before I bought them. So like the price went down $100 more than what I bought, and Slick was like, yo, that's just like welcome to the game, dog. Like that's just what it is, you know.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Sir Bavelli, back in the place to be. La Merca Superior, Palace 81. We are live and direct. Wait, we are... Fuck, I forgot my own intro. We are live in effect. Fuck. America Superior, Palace 81 Studios. We are live in effect. Live and direct. It's your boy, Mr. Nine Times. Either way. Yeah. So the fucking neighbors have like a whole shindig going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on with them. It's active on the block right now. I don't know why. It's almost 12 in the morning. I already said today's mathematics. Today is a very special episode because we are going to be talking about WU-TANG. WU-TANG. Yes. I don't have my WU-TANG Crocs because it's fucking cold. And like, you know, I was like, no, I was contemplating on doing this. Like, no, I don't want to do it in the car. I wanted y'all to get the fit, you know what I mean, and everything, and have it in the sala. But I was like, you know, fuck that. We're talking about the WU-TANG. And fuck the fit and fuck all this other shit. We're going to be talking about strictly the WU-TANG Clan. For those who don't know, the song, it goes the RZA, Jizza, Old Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck, Raekwon the Chef, You Got, Ghostface Killer, Method Man, then Master Killer and Capadonna aren't mentioned, but they're in there. And then there's also like True Master, Mathematics, like there's a whole bunch of like producers. The Wu family tree is big. Then if you want to count Gravediggers, Killer Army, Wu Syndicate, like it all goes down a fucking rabbit hole, right? So with me, the first time I ever heard of the WU-TANG Clan, fuck, I don't even remember. I was probably young, but I do know my dad bought the 36 Chambers album for me when I was 14. My dad bought me the RZA's WU-TANG manual, the 36 Chambers, for the first time. We went to like a bookstore. Everyone knows this fucking bookstore. I'm not gonna plug them, but we went to like a bookstore on the way to go, maybe the night before, or I want to say, yeah, maybe the night before, because my dad was like, yo, we're gonna go somewhere far to go shooting. So we went to the bookstore, and I was supposed to buy like books and shit, right? Like whatever I was reading at the time. I liked what was that, them vampire books? Fuck, those vampire books, bro, where they're like teenage. It's like about a dude, he's in high school, and it's like pretty much him. He's a young vampire, and he's like growing up and shit as a vampire. What the fuck? How do you get bait from vampire? Book. Fuck. Why did I delete it? Oh my God. Holy moly, this is throwing me off, bro. Come on, not Twilight. Vampire books. It was like a happy face with vampire teeth, and every book had a different color. It was like black and white, and every book had a different color. Ah, man, come on, man, come on, bro. Teen book. Oh, the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, right? How many books were there? There were 5. Okay, so by the time I was fucking uh by the time the last book came out, I had stopped reading this shit, cuz I'll never forget I got clowned on for reading these books, and it was like, "Oh, you read those books and shit?" Like, you're fucking weird. People thought I was weird. In middle school, I was like in a very transitional phase. So I understand why people would think I would be weird in not only middle school but high school. I guess I'm always in a transitional phase, a phase of my life, because I'm a super Scorpio moon sign in my mind. So let me see. What the fuck? Why is it trying to take me to the Mexico website? Okay, so I want to say it's like every book this dude, he's a vampire. The first one, he's a freshman. Second, sophomore. Third, junior. The third one I remember I really like. The fourth one, I want to say he's a senior. And I guess if they made one more after that, it's when he's in college, right? Does he die at the end? Nobody spoil it for me. What was this going to? Okay, so right, that was like the shit I used to read. And for anybody out there that's afraid of like getting like educated out there, because I used to get like clowned on for being smart, like, fool, you read books and all this shit. Like, bro, it's no wonder how like I'm like super smart and shit, because my mom would like push me to read, and my mom would go to the library all the time. And even though I wasn't fucking reading, Albert Einstein's theory of fucking getting blowjobs every Saturday morning after you had coffee, I would still read shit. And I didn't really like reading. Some people, they like reading different shit, like whatever it is. My whole thing was like fiction. I really like reading like Goosebumps, Animorphs. I liked all that type of supernatural shit. What was the one where they're kids and there's like a sorcerer wizard and they meet him and they fucking got to travel in time, and it's basically like Assassin's Creed with kids, except they're not assassins, but they relive kind of like moments in history. I forgot the fucking the wizard's name. He might have been like Mel or Melvin, something with an M, right? Whatever. This is the Wu-Tang episode. Fuck books, but get educated. Just, I wanted to throw that out there, right? So when I put on 36 Chambers, I knew this album was fucking insane. Nothing like I ever heard. It wasn't like no Snoop, no Cypress Hill. I had been on, Bone Thugs, Cypress Hill, NWA, all that type of shit. When I put the Wu on, and I listened to the first line, "Bring the motherfucking ruckus," changed my entire fucking life trajectory journey on this blessed life God blessed me with, right? So not only that, but I had the Wu-Tang manual. So I'm literally listening to the album, reading this book, and RZA's like page by page giving you a breakdown from the chess to the drugs, the slang, the rap lyrics, the members, the nicknames, the supreme mathematics, all the logo, how the origins, the history, just the whole everything about the Wu-Tang manual. It was like, I don't know. It was like it was dope as fuck. I'm trying to like give an analogy when you buy something like in a pair and it all comes like together. You know what I mean? It's like if you buy, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's like, when you buy like a magazine and it comes with a poster or something like that. I don't know. That's a bad analogy. But all I'm saying is I really love the deep insight that RZA had with the book that correlated with the album. Dope as fuck. I don't know if I want to review 36 Chambers on this episode because I want to break down Wu-Tang Forever, because I feel like Forever is a better album in every way, from the features to the production to the samples to the everything, the rhymes, everything. I just feel like 36 Chambers is a more raw album, more like the origin, nostalgia, all that. But we'll get into that maybe in the next episode. I just want to give RZA his flowers. I have the Wu-Tang Crocs. They have 3 pairs of Wu-Tang Crocs. I have the slides. There's the black and the yellow ones. I want to get those as well because I've never had like the bubble Crocs, but their Crocs are ugly fucking shits, bro. They're so comfortable. I don't have the bubbles, if that's what you call them, but the slides are cool. My dad has like the other ones that look like you got like you're wearing a gator ass or something like that. He's got them and he loves them and he wears them all the time. And I tell him, take those ugly shits off, bro. You look like somebody's fucking grandfather. Crocs are ugly, right? Doesn't matter what I'm wearing on right now. I just got this new jade piece. I think I put that in the fucking whatever, right? You can see that right there. Beautiful. Going back to the Wu, man, that trip changed my life. It got me into Wu-Tang. It got me into guns. It got me into Supreme Mathematics. I kind of didn't understand what Supreme Mathematics were until pretty much I started getting into like Lord Jamar. I'm trying to think of like one artist that got me into Supreme Mathematics. I want to say it was like, it just happened to be Lord Jamar, because I can't think of exactly an artist that put me onto like knowledge of self. I think I just always knew about it, and I didn't have the gods around me, the older or the younger gods. So like all the mathematics I preach is like, it comes from like my own interpretation and not from like, building with the homies and the gods and the earths and like fucking whatever, Battery Park or whatever, the Central Park. There's super big like 5% or 5% fucking nation meetings and shit like that. I just don't know about them out here. If anyone can plug me, in LA and shit, I could probably just Google it and I'll probably find the gods out here. But for right now, it's just my own interpretation. And 36 Chambers, I did a whole project on Wu-Tang Clan. I got an A+. It was like, what are them things where it's like a folder, like a big kind of like folder, and it's like 3 pieces and it's just columns, and you could put like glue shits to them or thumbtacks and like put different information. Well, I did that, and I forgot what I did, but I broke down why I love the Wu-Tang Clan. For my presentation, I'll never forget, I pretty much just rap. Like, shout out to my teacher, Mr. George. He talked all kinds of shit about me, but it's all good, bro. You weren't that cool anyway. But he blames me for breaking his couch, and I'm like, Dick, that couch had one leg left, and there were stacks of books on like to replace the legs on the couch. Like, of course that shit was gonna fucking break. And then my homies were like, yeah, this fool talk all kinds of shit. Like, yeah, I had a student, his name was Serbs, and he broke my couch. It's like, George, fuck you, dude. You were weird, and fucking you're a mean old hater. So if I ever see you, we're probably gonna have a funny discussion about that. Anyway, he's a sucker. I got an A+ for this project. I told him, yo, just play the mystery, the chess boxings, and I like rapped the whole shit. And I didn't mean to. I was just sitting on the stool, and we were all gonna just listen to it. But I ended up rapping the whole shit because I just got into it. I fucking love music. And with me, bro, it's like, I constantly need new music, and that's why I don't like to play out shit. I don't just like to listen to music, the same artist all the time. Like, I'm not listening to Makami anymore. Why? Because I don't want to burn him out. Like, I want these artists, whoever I listen to that are massive inspirations of mine, I want them to live forever in my brain. So when I go back and listen, I'm like, oh my God, I'm right there. Like, I'll never forget when Pray for Haiti dropped. I was in Universal Studios. I should have just said an amusement park, but if anybody wants to drop a bag on Big Serves, the guys are podcast, you are more than willing to. We need a good sponsorship out there. So anybody, Nike, New Balance, I'm wearing fucking 997s. I'm not going to take them off my feet. But yeah, this is a pro club fucking, okay, whatever. We're going too far here. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'll never forget when Pray for Haiti dropped, I was in an amusement park And there was a big event. Yvettle had just came out for, if that's Yvettle, Yvettle, whatever came out in Pokemon Go. I'm like waiting in lines. I did a bunch of Yvettle raids. Fire. Like, I'll never forget that. The day that Pray for Haiti dropped, I listened to like the whole thing, maybe like, I don't know, 2 times. But yeah, just going back to like 36 Chambers will forever be a mark in like my teenage years, the beginning of like the downhill spiral of me. You know what it was, man? I got really sick and fucking tired of being nice and not having that energy reciprocated. I felt like at some point in high school, I just said, fuck it. Fuck kissing ass. Fuck being this good guy that everybody likes. I literally turned heel on everybody. I was like, fuck all this nice guy shit. And I started becoming an asshole. I really started becoming like, I started just not caring about school and my grades. And I started hanging around bad people, started doing bad shit. You know what I mean? And that just stemmed from me not caring anymore. Like, a lot of things attributed to that. I think it was just like my parents not being around me a lot and kind of like not feeling loved. And it just felt like anything I would do, it just wouldn't be enough. So I just said, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm going to be the villain everyone wants me to be at 14. And so that's just who the fuck I became. It really drove a divide between me and my father. Me and my father were super tight before that. Like, you know what I mean? We would go shooting and shit. And me and my pops are like tighter than ever now. But like, it's just like, it gets me emotional thinking about it, because it's like, I can't blame anybody. And I can't even blame myself, because I was a young kid and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing with my life. Literally. And like, especially after Jaime passed away, that really fucked me up. You know, I'm 14. Actually, you know what? I might have been, no, maybe I had just turned 14 and then we went shooting. Yeah. So I was pretty much still like getting into my teenage years. So that rebellious phase and all that, all the music fueled that. And I feel like I've always been destined to be what I'm doing right now. So with anyhow, Wu-Tang Clan is probably the single greatest group of all time, in my opinion, especially in rap. But if we're gonna shout out like the greatest groups of all times, we'll probably have to say like some shits like Beatles, Rolling Stones, Wu-Tang Clan. Top 3. That's just off the head. But for me, number 1 will forever be Wu-Tang Clan. They signify a change in my life. How just I stopped giving a fuck. And it just fueled like the fire in me, like the burning, like rebellious, knucklehead ass kid. All that shit fueled it, you know what I mean? And to the parents out there that say, oh, music is influencing the kids, it's like, kind of, but not really. Like, I wasn't, because if that was the case, I would have been getting on knowledge of self from that point. Like, yeah, they talked about, like, I would have got a gun. I would have started selling crack, you know? That shit did not happen, you know? I just really got into graffiti. They never talked about fucking graffiti, you know? So I love Wu-Tang Clan forever, bro. Like, though I always hold a special place in my heart. And the fact that I'm barely getting into their solo albums now and all that shit is just wicked as fuck. So without further ado, I can't believe I paid so much money for these, but I did. It is what it is, man. What Serbies want, Serbies is gonna get, right? And I hate that they came in this black box. You know, you think that a big, what is it? A big Wu-Tang Clan shoe is gonna come out and it's fucking gonna have a special box. It doesn't. But check this out. I got the fucking Wu-Tang Clan Dunk Highs. Look at that. I wish I had better lighting and shit so you could fully see the magnitude. But I'm literally not even going to wear these. I'm not. I was contemplating on doing it. I'm not. I'm going to buy another pair. I'll wear those. But these are so sick as fuck. people were talking all kinds of shit, and thank y'all for talking shit after the fact that I had bought them. Talking, oh, these look like just like these dongs, dog. They just got the WU-TANG that dog. And it's just like, fuck you. You couldn't have said that like 2 weeks before I bought them. So like the price went down $100 more than what I bought, and Slick was like, yo, that's just like welcome to the game, dog. Like that's just what it is, you know. I thought I took an L. He's like, you didn't take an L, bro. You fucking people can't even afford these shits. Fucking awesome. I'm gonna put these away before I get shot at for fucking having these. But you know, yeah. My only critique with these is that they didn't come in a black and yellow box with the Wu-Tang logo on it. I don't know why. Riz, what's up with that? I don't understand it. Fat Joe has like a special fucking box with all kinds of goodies and shit. I'm like, Riz, what the fuck, bro? Like, you couldn't have hooked Big Cerbavelli up? Like, bro, you know how much of a fan I am, bro. I shouldn't have got it. I should have got the works, bro. I should have gotten kung fu slippers, a fucking nunchucks, the ball and chain with the spikes. I should have got Lucy Lou's fucking pair of thongs, because you did the man with the iron fist. That's another thing. Let me tell y'all, one of the most slept on movies of all time, not only from this man Quentin Tarantino, but all time, the man with the fucking iron fist. Fire. I haven't seen that shit since like it came out, but it starts with Shame on a Nigga by fucking the Wu, obviously. I think it's the second song, but off the album. But literally, I fucking love that album. The movie. It's fucking dope. I'm not gonna break down a movie review because I haven't seen it in such a long time. But I remember smoking weed in the fucking theater, and then my dad getting all mad at me when did we see Django or did we see Man with the Iron Fist? This is something y'all don't even know. Man with the Iron Fist and Django were like in the theaters like either at the same time or a month apart from each other. So you know, Serbi's, you know, he knows what's up, bro. Man with Iron Fist was fire. Batista was in it. Lucy Lou's fine ass was in it. Some Kung Fu OGs. RZA was in it. RZA killed that shit. I can't remember. What's his name? Russell Crowe was in it. My name is Mr. Knife. Yeah, I remember, bro. I remember these things. How does it hold up as an action movie? I don't know. Probably not as good as like other ones, like maybe Ip Man or something. But as like a movie with like a good score in it, it's fire. You know what I mean? All right, let's list the Wu members in order. This is tough because You God, Master Killer, Jizza, and ODB do not have enough features for me to put them higher on the list. I always shake my head when I listen to like Old Dirty Bastard don't have any features on anyone's album. Unless someone can correct me. He's not on Cuban Link's Iron Man. I want to say he's on like he does like background vocals on either Liquid Swords or Tekao. Someone can correct me on that. But where the fuck is ODB? He's like on a few, he's like the bulk of his work is on his albums and 36 Chambers. But then even on Forever, he's only on like 4 fucking songs. So it's like, how can we even calibrate that shit? These fucking ching-chang ching-a-lings. My bad, y'all. I don't want to be racist and shit. But they're always causing a ruckus over here. And not like bring the fucking ruckus like fucking, you know, Woo. But like, y'all know I hate the fucking neighbors. They can all suck dick in whatever swamp they fucking swam out of. So let's get back to, yeah. And also, too, I haven't heard much albums from You God. So You God and Master Killer, I haven't heard any of their albums. If Master Killer has an album, I don't know. Forgive me for my fucking noviceness on the Wu. Jizz, I've only heard Liquid Swords. I think that's the bottom of the barrel Wu album, but it's not like, I say that like if it's not good. It's a good album, but I think like if you go from Cuban Links or Iron Man to Liquid Swords, in my opinion, it's just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, how do we do this? You know what I mean? ODB, I've only heard his first album, but to me, it's like a comedy album, you know, like, I can't review it in the same way I review The Pillage or something like that, right? Like, it's in its own category, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, it's Ghostface Killer, Raekwon, Inspect the Deck, RZA, Method Man, Capadonna, Old Dirty Bastard, Jizza, You God, and Master Killer. And then if we want to throw a wild card, we'll put Redman in there. Master Killer definitely doesn't have enough features on any of the albums. He kills it on Assassinate. But I will say though, Master Killer kills it on all his features, but he just doesn't have enough of them, right? Ghost is the GOAT Wu-Tang member for me. He's awesome. When he got in that beef with Action Bronson, me and Chava literally laugh about this all the time, and we always quote this shit, you know. He sent out a little 5 tweets. I get the phone call. He deleted the tweets. So you playing with me, bruh? Oh my God. And Chava Styles, I love Chava to death. He's over here, he's fucking with me too. So he's over here you're not even a real Wu fan, shaking my head. It's what the fuck? Name me 5 fucking of your favorite songs from different Wu-Tang albums. I bet you can't do that. Glaciers of Ice, only built for Cuban links. Assassination Day, Iron Man. Good, More Fish, The Pillage, Capadonna. And then fucking 4th Chamber, Liquid Swords. I could give you 5 more. Rawhide, Old Dirty Bastard. Let's see. Whip You With a Strap, Fish Scale. Let's do fucking Sandman to Cow. Let's do I'm running out. Method Man, Wu-Tang Clan, and then we can do, I don't want to do the same albums, and then we could do fuck, what's that song? I Never Be the Same Again, Bulletproof Wallets. So Chava Styles, I give you 10 songs from 10 different Wu albums. You can't do that. I challenge you. I want to wrap this up. Going back to the Action Bronson and Ghostface beef, I was listening to some of Action Bronson. He does kind of at times have the flow, and he definitely has the voice before. But if you listen to his shit now, they do not sound the same at all, especially with Ghost in his older age and Action Bronson, in his older age as well. They sound completely different now. But a young Action Bronson and a young Ghostface do sound very similar. And I feel like Action Bronson has some of the cadences. That's why I felt like it was super disrespectful that he went and jumped out the window with the whole ESPN shit. We all know how that went. Papa Wu pressed Action Bronson at the fucking Sean Price's funeral. That's some of the most G'd up shit I've ever heard of. Can you imagine paying your condolences to someone and being like, hey, homie, what's up, fool? What you say about the homie, dog? G'd up. That's something I'd want my homies to do for me while I'm, free as a bird in the afterlife. I think that's awesome. Why nobody talks about that more is beyond me. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna end this off with Wu-Tang Forever is my there's the W and Iron Flag and A Better Tomorrow, but I haven't heard those shits. And there's they have a bunch of compilation albums, but I feel like the intro is too much. It tries to be too grand. Just get into the music or cut it down. 6-minute intros are a third of today's albums. Very bad start to an amazing album. ODB only has 4 features, which is whack, but he demolishes his features, so that's a plus. It's an exceptional album. No feature feels less than the others. Very good skits and transitions that smooth the tracks together. It doesn't feel drawn out. Every song hits with fast punching beats and raps. The Sun to the Moon of 36 Chambers, which was slower and more raw. The ending is a little bit repetitive. Ray said what he said on Cuban Links that RZA echoed in the middle of the album. So it's a bad intro and a very, very if you're going to close the album out, it better be dope. But I feel like it just never got there. But that's just me nitpicking. I could just press play and just rock with it for the ride. That'll be the jam in the ride. It passes the bulletproof meter, flying fucking colors. I love the Wu-Tang Clan. Message of the day is find your passion and stick with it. A lot of people are living their lives and they're not living with passion. they found a good job, they went to school, and now they're doing shit and they're making good money, or they're not. That's even worse if you're not making good money and you don't even like what you're doing. Come on, bro. If you're not gonna like what you do, at least get paid for it. I mean, that's what I'm doing now. I don't fucking want to be cleaning buses all fucking night, but here I am making good money and I could work on my music on the side. So find your passion, find what you love to do, and stick with it. This is the God's Hour.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil lay inside your box now while the angels fly over my headstone.